Hi students, welcome back. This is Madhu Dharmapuri. In this lecture, we will try to focus on some numerical problems based on magnetic field produced due to different current carrying sources. We will discuss what are the different kind of problems being asked in the entrance examinations. Okay, so we will see different types of problems one after the other. Okay, so for which you may need these formulas to solve the problems. This is the formula for magnetic field produced due to current carrying finite straight wire, which was discussed in one of my previous video lectures, and this is due to infinite wire, and this one is due to circular coil, that too at the center of that, and this formula is due to semicircle at the center of that semicircle. What is the magnetic field? This formula. And the last one, the magnetic field at the center of an arc, on small part of the circular coil. So what is the magnetic field? So these were all discussed in my previous video lectures. If you have not watched them, do watch them so that it is easy to understand how these formulas came and how I am going to solve the numerical problems. It will be easy for you if you watch them. Okay, so first we will take one small example. For example, consider an infinite current carrying wire through which some current, let me say some 2 ampere current is flowing through it, which is infinite wire. Okay, so I would like to find out the magnetic field at a point P, which is some 2 meters away from it. So I would like to find out the magnetic field here. What is B bar? So for this, I am going to make use of this formula. If you observe this, this is an infinite current carrying wire, and the magnetic field at a point P, where P is at a distance of capital R from it. Okay, that is mu naught I by 2 pi R. Mu naught I by 2 pi R. What is I here? 2 amperes by 2 pi into 2 meters. We'll get in Tesla. If all the units are substituted in MKS, then you will get Tesla. So this is the magnitude of the magnetic field at this point. Then what is the direction of it? For direction, you have to keep your finger, that is thumb, in the direction of current and wrap your fingers so that here the magnetic field will be inwards. Okay, so inwards magnetic field. Okay, like this. So this is how we calculate for this problem, number 1. Number 2, if I want to calculate the magnetic field this is a semi-finite wire, so I am just taking a point P here. Where is P here? That is P. So how to calculate? For example, if this is carrying some 2 ampere current and P is on the line of current carrying semi-infinite wire, So for this what we have to do, the P is on the line. For example, this P is here. If P is here, actually if you observe this, if P is here, both theta 1 and theta 2 will be one will be 0 and the other one will be 180 degrees, because P is on the line of it, along the current carrying wire, in the direction of current carrying wire P. What is theta 1 and what is theta 2 here actually? This is P, this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. And P is now here. For example, P is here. Then what is theta 1? It will be 0. What is theta 2? It will be 0 or 180, whatever. 0 plus 0, 0. So what is the net magnetic field? 0. So here the magnetic field at P is 0. Remember, the magnetic field at a point where the point is on the line of the current carrying wire, whether it is finite or infinite or semi-infinite. If P is on the line of it, then the magnetic field vanishes there. The magnetic field can be found only at a certain distance from it, but not on the axis of it. So B is here 0. There is no magnetic field. Okay, so this is one of the type that we can expect in the examination. Now we will see another problem. See another problem, number 3. So if I have a semicircle like this, this is the infinite wire, semi-infinite wire. Let me take. Take this as some 2 meter and some 2 ampere current is flowing through it. 2 ampere. Okay, so I want to find out the magnetic field at this point. For this kind of problems, what you have to do is you have to divide each component. For example, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. 1 is what? Semi-infinite wire. One is semi-infinite wire. And what, due to 1, for example, if I write B1 at P, it is 0 because it is P is on the axis of it. And number 2, it's a semicircle. With radius 2 meter. A semicircle, you see, this is the formula, mu naught I by 2a into 1 by 2. Now what is a here? It is 2 meter. So B2 will be, that is the second one, mu naught into I is 2 by 2 into 2 into 1 by 2. What is the direction of it again? Here, inwards. inwards. Now the third part, again semi-infinite wire. The P is on its axis along it. So B3 will be 0. So net magnetic field B will be B1 plus B2 plus B3. Algebraic sum, maybe plus or minus actually, depending on the direction of the magnetic field. But here we have only the magnetic field due to semicircle and due to two semi-infinite wires, there is no magnetic field. So it will be B bar equal to simply this B2, whatever the B2 that we have got, and that two inverse. This is how we find the magnetic field for this, dividing into components and adding or subtracting them depending on the direction. Okay, so this is one kind of problem we see in examination. Now we will see the fourth case, where the magnetic field due to an arc, for example this is some 30 degrees with some 2 meter radius, the point P is here, and 1 ampere current is flowing through it. So to find out the magnetic field due to this, you have to use this formula, mu naught I by 2a into theta by 2 pi. Theta here is 30. So formula is what? Mu naught I by 2a into theta by 2 pi. Mu naught into 1 by 2 into a is 2, theta is 30 by 2 pi. This 30 you have to write like pi by 6. So pi by 12 pi. Pi by 6 by 2 pi. And this gets cancels. And you will get like mu naught by 448 Tesla. What is the direction? Inwards. This is how we calculate. Okay? Now we will see the next problem, number 5. Take one square shaped current carrying loop. Is it looking like square? So imagine it is a square. So square loop. Of side, let me take 1 meter. So each 1 meter, some current, 2 ampere current is flowing through it. Okay, so I is equal to 2 amperes. So I want to find out the magnetic field at this point P, which is at the center of the loop. For this again, what I have to do, I have to divide it into components. This is 3, this is 4. So first I have to write B1. What is B1? B1 is due to the current through this wire at this point. Inverse, B1 is inverse because you can see here this is going inwards. Current is upwards. Okay. So what is the magnetic field at this point P due to 2 ampere current carrying wire? Use this formula. Here if you see, this is, you can say, half meter. So this is theta 1, this is theta 2. Here theta 1 will be 45 degrees, theta 2 will be 45 degrees, because this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, so this will be 45, so this is 90, 90 plus 45, so remaining will be 45. Similarly, this will be 45, this one, this is 90, so 90 plus 45, so remaining will be 45. So this is how you have to solve this problem. Okay. Right. So now if you use this formula, it is mu naught into I is what, 2 ampere by 4 pi into 1 by 2, R is 1 by 2, into sine 45 plus sine 45 is 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, 2 by root 2. So this 2 goes up, 4 mu naught pi, 4 mu naught, this 2 goes up, by 4 pi into 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, 2 by root 2, so 4 cancels. This will be 2 mu naught by root 2 pi, 2 by root 2. We can say this as root 2 mu naught by pi, root 2 times mu naught by pi. What is this? That is B1 only, and this is inverse. Root 2 mu naught pi. So this, now what about B2? If you see, through B2 also, through this wire also same current is passing. Magnetic field is again inverse. So the magnetic field due to this also will get same. Similarly 3, same current is passing, magnetic field direction is also inverse. So same value you will get. And 4, this also you are having the same current. Magnetic field is again inverse. B4, so all B1, B2, B3, B4 will be same and same direction, same magnitude. So the net magnetic field will be 4 into root 2 mu naught by pi, and that too inverse. Okay, so inverse. How it is? Actually B bar is B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4, and all are equal. So that is a 4 into this, and inverse direction. So this is how we have to calculate the magnetic field produced by this kind of current carrying square loop. Okay. Now we will see another example. Two concentric semicircular coils through which 2 ampere current is flowing, and I want the magnetic field at point P. So the inner semicircular coil radius is 1 meter and outer semicircular coil radius is 2 meter. Okay. So here I want the magnetic field. So for this again you have to divide these into components. This is 3, this is 4, and first one is finite wire, and the field, magnetic field where you are finding the point is on the line of it. So B1 will be 0. Remember, the magnetic field at a point where that point is on the line of either finite wire or semi-infinite wire or infinite wire. If P is on its line, then at that point the magnetic field would vanish. Okay? Remember this. And the number 2 is semicircular coil. Then magnetic field will be semicircle. It is mu naught. What is the current there? 2 amperes by 2 into what is its radius? 2. I am using this formula. So mu naught by 4 overall. What is its direction? It is inwards. Here. So inwards. And number 3 is again finite wire. The point P is on its line, so B3 will be 0, and number 4 is again semicircle. But see, current direction is opposite to this semicircle. So B4 will be mu naught into I is how much again? 2 amperes by 2 into what is its radius? 1 meter into 1 by 2. So what is it? Mu naught by 2, and now it is outwards. Magnetic field at point P is outwards. Right? The net magnetic field should be algebraic sum of all these magnetic fields at P. B bar is how much? Sum of all of them, algebraic sum, and one field that is due to semicircle of outer semicircle is inwards and inner semicircle is outwards. So which is dominating? So this is mu naught by 2, this is mu naught by 4. Mu naught by 2 is greater than mu naught by 4. So outward magnetic field, the magnetic field due to inner semicircle is dominating. So that the net magnetic field direction will be outwards, which means it will be mu naught by 2 minus mu naught by 4, which will be mu naught by 4 outwards. The net magnetic field is outwards because this is dominating. It's like B4 minus B2. Anyway, B3, B1 are zeros. Okay, so this is how we calculate magnetic field for this case. Now we will see another example. Number 6, magnetic field at this point P this radius is, you can take some 2 meters and some 2 ampere current is passing through it. So magnetic field at point P I have to calculate. So for this again, divide it into components. This is 2, this is 3, and number 1 is finite wire. P is on its line, so the magnetic field due to this wire will be B1 will be 0, and number 2 is an arc. What is the angle? This is 90. So theta is pi by 2. So what is the formula for arc? B bar equal to mu naught I by 2. What is I here? I is 2 and A is also 2. Here you can see this. Pi by 2 by 2 pi. So pi by 4 pi overall. Theta is pi by 2. So pi by 2 by 2 pi. So pi gets cancels. And this 2 cancels with this 2, so we'll get B bar as mu naught by 8. So what is its direction? Can see this? Inwards. Okay, so this is how we calculate magnetic field for this example at this point P. Okay, so actually this is B2 because this is the second component. So now we will see the third one. Again, this is a finite wire. So B3 will be what? It will be 0 because point P is on its line, no matter what is the direction of current. Okay. So the net magnetic field will be algebraic sum of all these components, that is simply B2 because B1, B3 are vanishing. So mu naught by 8 with inverse direction. Okay, so this is how we calculate the magnetic field for this example by dividing them into components. Now we will see one last example, the general example. It is 7. Let me take like this, 2 concentric arcs and I want the magnetic field at a point P, which is the center of it. Just center of it. So let me take this as some 1 meter inside and 2 meter outer outer arc. So the current direction is like this. Or let me take one general example. Instead of 2 meter or 1 meter, let me take this is A and this is B. A is the radius of the inner semi-arc, B is the radius of outer arc. Okay, so some I current is flowing. I am not giving the value of it. Okay, so at this point I want. So again we have to divide. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, so the first one is what? It is a finite wire, and hence B1 will be 0 because the point P is on its line. And number 2 is arc, and what is the formula for this? B2 will be, using this, mu naught I by what is its radius? 2b instead of a, and theta by 2 pi. We don't know what is theta. So what is theta here? This is theta. Okay, so number 3, what is the direction of it? The current direction, inwards. Number 3 is now finite wire. P is on its line, so B3 will be 0. And number 4, again it is an arc with radius A, this. Okay, so for this B4 will be mu naught I by 2A into theta by 2 pi because same angle. So what is its direction now at point P due to this one? Outwards. So the net magnetic field will be algebraic sum of all these. What is it? B1 is 0, B3 is 0. B2 and B4 are contributing. One is inwards and other one is outwards. So this minus this or this minus this. Okay. For example, if I take, it is B2 minus B4, then it will be B equal to mu naught. What are the common things that I can write? Mu naught I by 2 into theta by 2 pi I can take common. 1 by B minus 1 by A. Whether it is inwards or outwards depends on what is the magnitude of this or this. If this is dominating, outwards magnetic field is dominating, then the net magnetic field, the resultant magnetic field will be outwards. If this is dominating, that means if this is greater than this, then in that case the net magnetic field will be inwards. Because we have no specified values given for this particular problem, what is A, what is B, what is I, we cannot predict the direction of the magnetic field, the net magnetic field. Okay, but you have to be careful while predicting the magnetic field directions and using the formulas. First you have to observe what kind of figure it is, what are the components it has, whether finite wire, infinite wire, semi-infinite wire, where is the point P, if it is an arc, what is its radius, what is the formula for magnetic field due to an arc, current carrying arc, what is semicircle, what is its radius, what is the current flowing through it, what is its direction, what is the formula for finding magnetic field due to current carrying semicircle. So all these you have to keep in mind and calculate magnitude and direction accurately so that it will be easy to find out the magnetic field due to any current source. Okay, so hope you have understood. If you have any doubts regarding this lecture, you can put your doubts under the comments section. Thank you.